So what I want to emphasize, we have partnership with Ferrari. So partnership means that, again, both sides are taking value of it. Of course, if you notice the car, the front part is HCL Software, which means that we protect already, the car from the bridge. But by the way, it's also going in other directions. When you think about Ferrari, I've seen some information recently. So you can imagine, I did not talk too much today about data, and data analytics stuff. But you can imagine that in one Ferrari car there are 300 sensors. Right, so they collect during the race 1.1 million devices and endpoints that you are collecting, which results at the end 160 terabytes data each race. Each race. Yeah. So that means that you have a huge data. The question then would be, okay, we have the data, but the data itself doesn't work.
What do you do with the data?
Analyze the data, right? And then analytics comes. That's why our data solution space is about data and analytics together, because that's where it really works.
Hello everybody and welcome to iTalks Studio. My name is Radu Tomescu and today I'll be your host. In the following minutes, I have a very distinguished guest who comes to share with us the vision of the company he's representing. Today, we are talking about HCL, one of the largest technology software providers in the world. We are talking today with Wojciech Wilk, the Regional Sales Director for Central and Eastern Europe of HCL Software. He's a professional with more than 25 years of experience who has been involved in major regional digital transformation projects. Wojciech, hello, welcome back to Bucharest. Welcome to iTalks Studio. Thank you for being here. I can't wait to start the discussion.
Thank you very much for hosting me here in Bucharest and for a very nice introduction. It's a pleasure to be here. I welcome everyone to the IT podcast.
Thank you. So let's start. How is your history look like?
Yeah, I have a nice story about it because I used to say that company HCL Technologies is basically 1 year younger than me. So it means that it's almost 50 years on the market. So this is one very important number. And, we are a huge organization. Basically, nowadays we have about 220 plus, so more employees worldwide, present in, 100 of countries.
220,000 employees?
Yes, worldwide 220 employees. And about numbers, by the way, about your local market, about 1,000 employees in here in Romania as well. So this is the numbers itself. We operate in different areas, of course, of IT. It's a long history and behind the scenes. The company is Indian company. However, it operates in a number of countries, including US market and Europe. Very widely. So it's. I know that the logo itself is not well known yet, but this is something we're working on. But this is what the business size we are talking about in here. Regarding numbers, by the way, maybe a couple of things that I should mention. Right?
Yeah.
So it's when we talk about the business size, we should talk about customers.
Yes,
so this is the size of our market. If you consider market as a customer base, we are present in top 100, Fortune companies worldwide. Obviously, if you think about the business, actually, we will talk about it. Basically, I separate a bit HCL Tech and HCL Software because this is one of our portfolio. Yeah.
What are your pillars?
Yeah.
How are you structured?
That exactly refers well to what I said, right? Yeah. So we are talking about HCL Technologies, HCL Tech. This company operates in a few pillars right now. We split this between digital, engineering, cloud, and software. So this is the software part which I'm responsible personally for in Central and Eastern Europe countries. That's where we're located. There are actually two flavors of HCL Tech business. It's any kind of IT services business you can imagine. If you talk about top vendors on the market, we are present there. We have certified engineers, and they do business worldwide, anywhere in any kind of sector industry. The other pillar is infrastructure, which is basically outsourcing services. That's where HCL Tech operates. And then the last part, which I'm very proud of, is HCL Software. So we are a vendor provider of the software to the market.
So can you please detail when we are talking about the HCL Software, can you please give us some split between your verticals, or How are you organized between the product lines or stuff like that?
And then exactly, if we focus on the area where I am responsible for, which is HCL Software, then we have other, spread regarding the market. So we basically following, or I would say sometimes we design or develop the trends and strategies in the market. That's a good thing. If you consider HCL Software, again, not a known number, but 75 plus products, this is what we have in our portfolio. So we, of course, split it between different areas. So one of the main area right now is digital transformation. So digital transformation is the process where you consider customers to move to the next level. We call it even digital plus, because fueling digital plus economy is our logo, I would say, on the market. That's how we go to the market. And there is behind the scenes, of course, the real products which we're talking about. So digital transformation is one trend, and this is one of the pillars of our software. In this portfolio, I used to split it in two parts. One of them is digital solutions. Digital solutions is basically any kind of communication, collaboration, messaging systems, plus applications development platform. So if you imagine any kind of application you want to develop, then we have a portfolio of solutions that you can develop applications. This is a trend which is positioned in low-code, no-code space. Digital solutions is very strong, by the way, on the market as software, as a presence at the customer side. And then another part of that is customer experience. Customer experience is a business solution space. We are talking about products like marketing automation, about commerce itself, simply like e-commerce platform, which is very broad. That we offer, and digital experience. Digital experience, I'm saying it's like any kind of umbrella for most of the customers where you want to go to B2B, B2C, or B2E experience, and that's where we build basically those solutions. So that's where we call them portal, so that the really front end for the customers. So this is digital transformation. Second part is AI and automation. A natural trend right now on the market. And again, we have a very mature advanced solutions in this space. If you consider solutions like workload automation. Workload automation is a space where you want to streamline different jobs, business processes, and IT processes to one single process, so that finally, at the end of the day, you have the result. As an example of those solutions, if you think about ERP systems like SAP, we are certified for SAP. Why? Because this huge environment needs to have really something which orchestrates all these processes to one single process. So that's where automation goes. And second part of the automation is very important because it is about infrastructure or IT automation. So we basically have solutions which can automate any kind of IT environment. This is called dry ice solutions, and it's very advanced, and it's really embedded with AI right now. So this, you can predict what users, what systems do, so that you can really manage, monitor the system as well. This is this AI automation. Then we go to data analytics. Very simple, right? We have a database, we have data warehouse solution, which is vector-based warehouse solutions. On the top of that, you have analytics as a point. Then we have integration tools so that you can integrate databases from the different sources, etc. So it's very actually natural, I would say, portfolio. From our perspective, when I mentioned the customer experience, this kind of solutions, they require database systems. So that's how this fits very well. And the last not the least, area is enterprise security. So we are strong in two areas of enterprise security. One of them is when you build application solutions. You need to test from the security perspective all the code or the applications you do have. And the AppScan is exactly the very, very perfect fit because it scans, it have statical scanning, dynamic scanning, interactive scanning, name it, right? So it's basically a very comprehensive solution in this space. And the second part of the security is endpoint management. Endpoint management, I would call it like, enterprise solution to automate security or automation of the endpoints for our customers. When you mean endpoint, just to clarify,
I'm talking about strictly on the endpoint, or you refer also to the servers or?
Exactly. What do you mean by endpoint is actually any kind of device which has an operating system.
Physical or virtual, right?
Any kind of operating system you have. So it can be servers, it can be workstations, laptops, mobile devices, even IoT solutions. So for banking, it's ATM machines, for instance. and that's how we operate. And it's very comprehensive because, from the inventory, so we will really understand what you have in your infrastructure, from the patching lifecycle, so it means that you can really manage all this environment very easily and naturally. Then you go to the compliance, which is security compliance proposal. And actually, it's a very hot topic. Maybe we'll discuss it a bit more because it is about all the security regulations we have on the market nowadays.
It will be very important to mention those regulations that you're referring at. Are these products also present in Romania?
Yes.
To our clients in Romania?
Yeah, so I should have mentioned that we in Central and Eastern Europe countries, where I'm located, we have 15 countries basically, right? So from the market perspective, naturally Poland is one of the biggest where I'm located, by the way. And then you have all the other markets. So then actually, if I can confirm what we have from the customer base, partners, ecosystems, then, we have Slovakia, Czech, and then actually Romania, very strong, Bulgaria following, Hungary is also a very growing market right now in our region, and then Baltic and Balkan countries is following. So yes, we are present in most of the countries that I'm responsible for. Actually, this is also because of the heritage of the software, right? We didn't mention this yet, but HCL Software was basically built as a company, as one of the pillars of HCL Tech in 2019, when we acquired a good portfolio of the software from IBM. Yeah. So these were top products on the market about that.
I was prepared to ask you about the acquisition of those products from IBM. How was the
so that's also a very personal story for me because I spent nice long 18 years working for IBM.
Yeah. So you were an IBMer.
Yes, I was an IBMer. It was a great job. I did different things. Being responsible for different businesses at IBM. And then I allowed myself to be acquired by HCL with the software. But a very personal story about it is that when I heard news about this, that on the market there were two messages basically. One of them was that IBM is selling products, but the other story was HCL is acquiring products. And I am right now, and even that time, I was really close to the second story because I checked with the guys who moved to HCL before. Because the story is that HCL, as a company, HCL Tech, we were developing already and supporting IBM products for 2 years before that acquisition.
Interesting.
And that's important story because, once you know the software very well, because you are supporting, you're developing the products, then you know what you are acquiring.
So you were very close to the IBM?
Yes.
Previous the acquisition.
Yes, so that's exactly the very important story, right? So then the decision from HCL Tech to acquire software was very selective. We knew what kind of products we wanted to acquire and why.
Okay, so
the good on the product, the good mature product on the market with the good customer base. By the way, that's how we are present in different countries. And then we simply took them over, and that's it.
So what product did you bought?
Well, so actually there was few pillars. I should mention a couple of names which are well known on the market. That's also the kind of current situation that when you talk to the customers, they may not understand the brand so much until you tell them that we're very huge. Actually, nowadays I think that we're bigger than IBM worldwide, regarding numbers. So this is also one of the messages I wanted to send. But then the product, they resonate well on the market. So when you talk about Domino, this Lotus, Domino customers, to be honest, it's still very huge database of the customers of ours. We are present in most of the countries in a very important sectors like banking, telco, but also, and actually not also, but the most important is public sector, where we are very strong with these solutions. And then you have products that already position them in the pillars that you ask about. So this is Unica, Commerce, AppScan, BigFix, and then there's also DevOps solutions, work automation. So net, it was a couple of product groups because you need to think about them as a product groups. All of them have different module functionalities, so that is how it works, but this is the top ones. The only thing I want to add on the top, if we not to miss that this is history from like 5 years back already. So from that time, which was actually the beginning of HCL Software, we really established HCL Software as a company. It was based on the acquisition plus product and platforms department. There was existing department at HCL. This moved to HCL Software. But from that time, we acquired other products on market. We also used our assets, which HCL Tech was using for the project.
You improved the products that you bought?
In two areas. One of them, yes, improve the products that we are using. There is example of BigFix AI. Part of the BigFix is coming from DryS portfolio because this was embedded inside BigFix, which helps to manage endpoints even better. And more, AI way. So this is one part. So enhance the products, yes, but also to provide new products, additional capabilities to our customers with the products itself. So DryS portfolio. This was the portfolio that I mentioned already that allows you to manage the whole infrastructure. If you have, like an example here, if you have multi-cloud environments, so you have cloud from different vendors, you have a problem how to manage this. How to really make sure that you are setting the environment in the best way, the fast, the cheapest, etc. So this is where our multi-cloud solution is coming and can help you with managing from one perspective, one console with everything. And so this is where it goes. And those are actually huge portfolio of products which we just included in HCL portfolio, HCL Software portfolio, just to serve our customers better.
What have you been proven to be the most successful product that you bought from IBM? You have a top of products.
Yeah, so I think it's a different perspectives how you should answer this question. Because from my perspective, I'm responsible for the business, existing customers, and also business development for the future. So I assess my territory, like CE countries, in the perspective of products, the way, where is the biggest revenue coming from?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
So I named the pillars. So digital, in our specifically in CE countries, again, it's not a worldwide perspective. It's my personal perspective to my region. It is digital transformation. This is actually it's very hot topic now, but also the inherited customer base. It is present in this
public sector or in the private sector.
Again,
how do you feel it?
Yeah, it's actually a mix of all of those. We are present in different industries. This is also a very important comment that I should add. It's our portfolio in most cases is very industry agnostic. So you can we could be present. You can work like if you consider digital transformation application development. So we want to develop mobile application for your business.
Yeah.
So what is this industry? It can be any, right? It can be public sector, it can be banking, etc. So that's how we position our solutions. But again, to answer your question, digital solutions, transformation solutions is the biggest. So we have a lot, huge customer base with Domino customers, which is application messaging platform.
Yeah.
Right now with a very huge focus on application development. So this is the very important space. Then depends on the country and regions. We are very nicely developing, commerce or Unica, so which is customer experience business, more to Balkan countries nowadays. But security, the situation, in our region, but also the requirements and the regulations that are on the market, like DORA, NIS 2, or.
Can you elaborate about these regulations?
Yeah, so that's also the reason why we really are having a good presence at the customers in this space. So enterprise security, simply because our solutions are mature and good. Yeah, so that's very interesting topic, by the way. So as I mentioned, the product line of enterprise security, we cover this area into flavors.
Yeah.
So one of them is when you develop applications. So you develop your application systems which actually need to go public. Is it public sector for all the citizens? Or is a private sector like a banking application, right?
Yeah.
So we need to do this, the really proper software scanning so that it's not vulnerable for the different issues.
Yeah.
So that's where AppScan comes to the game, and it's very important where if you start from the very beginning, so with dynamic scanning, not only at the end with the statistical scanning, because that gives you a really benefit to
when the damage has been done already.
Yeah, exactly. To be able to run the application or publish into the market very fast. Because some customers, they are coming to us and say, yeah, but we want to scan already developed application. Yeah, we can do that, of course, and it is one of the practices. But it's better if you really follow the full process. So how regarding the regulations? I mean, if you want to publish some content applications outside of your company, even inside it's important, but that's where you already are thinking about these security regulations, requirements before you do that. That is the one space. But I think that more important even is how you handle those regulations like DORA, right? So this is about the financial sector, basically, where you need to be compliant regarding different regulations in the financial sector. And it's touching not only the financial institutions, but all the chain or the providers, vendors who are working with financial institutions. So process-wise is something you need to have really like analysis inside the company, understand if you follow the processes. But the most important part comes when you think about execution. Okay, you have these regulations, but right now, how to execute them, how to make sure that your workstation is secure and is following the process. And
every minute. Every minute.
Yes, it is actually the very important comment every minute, right? So the question is how we do it, right? So you can do it, once per month, but security is not the case in once a month. It's a constant thing. So that's why constant security analysis is something you need to do on your endpoints. And endpoint, again, we mean anything that you have in your network. Yeah. So that's basically what we think. And when we talk about the big fix product, which is this automation endpoint management solution in the security and this space, then you really think, okay, so how to execute, how to maintain those security policies automatically and constantly.
Yeah. So this is going to be a proactive approach to the problems, to the security problems, not a reactive approach when the problem you already have it inside the organization, right?
Yeah, so our customers of BigFix and those solutions in the security space, they're happy, right?
Yeah,
because that means that they're secure. There's different, maybe functional details that we don't have probably enough time to talk about. But if you consider like the situation where you have different vulnerabilities, so you have an engine which is scanning your your endpoint devices regarding the security issues. So you can, let's say, identify them, right? There are solutions in the market, you can do it. But the question is how you execute them. Yep. So how you make sure that the security or your workstation is compliant, is really following the regulations. That's the execution part. And that's where our products comes to the game and is helping our customers.
Yeah. So to make the balance, what was the biggest, let's say, disappointment related to one of the products that you already bought from IBM? Is there any product that you expected to be in high demand and at the end it wasn't?
I can come back to
a pillar.
Yeah, I can come back to the story when I showed you, and that I was acquired by HCL, with the portfolio of the software. It was kind of the decision from my side. Am I staying at IBM or I'm moving to HCL? And again, I checked, what is going on. And the most important message was that yes, HCL purchased those products, software, because we want to have one pillar of software being a vendor as HCL for software. And we will invest, this is the most important part of that, we will invest in the software development. And I can tell you that, I was very, happy guy because, again, I used to work at IBM, it was a different kind of company. In here, the first year, we already developed a roadmap for products, and we already developed the new versions of the product. Almost each of the products, not almost, each of the products. There was a dedicated, defined, very well defined roadmap for the products development for the future. So when I go to the customer, and we discuss existing environment they have, and they ask me, but what's new? So IBM times it's difficult to answer. With us, it is easy. It's like, yes, we have these functionalities, these new modules. We do a lot of things regarding the integration points. One of the examples, most of the products that we acquired from IBM, we gave them the new life in the meaning of the architecture. So we make sure right now that this is cloud-native architecture, and all of the solutions which you are talking about, business solutions like Domino, like Commerce, they are cloud-native. It means that there is a customer choice if you want to implement them on-premise in your environment, or you want to move them to any cloud of your choice.
So you adapted to the market trend. So
yeah, I would say that even better than that, because we are following, or we are absolutely compliant with the cloud strategy of our customers. Yes, but there are some customers in some cases like a public sector, military services, and those and banking or financial sector basically, they are very strict regarding the data, etc.
The same in Romania, so I can confirm.
So what I'm saying by that, it's although they need to have still some solutions on-prem, they do hybrid and cloud. But again, what we left to the customer, it's your decision. You can be on-prem, you can be cloud. We have a solution, we have architecture, which can be implemented any cloud. So it's also the choice that we don't ask the customer, go to this cloud, not the other one. No, it's your choice. The architecture of the solution allows you to do it, and that's the thing, right? So that's how I think we compete on the market also very well, because this is how we offer our products. Yeah.
So, thinking about your knowledge that you already have about the HCL software portfolio, and imagine that you are a big client from Romania, and thinking about you already know your portfolio from HCL. What will be the products that you will intend to implement in the next future?
Yeah, so I mentioned already we have 75 plus products in the portfolio, right? So I'm happy to offer anything to the customer because
make us a top.
Yeah, sure.
But five.
Yeah. What I'm saying is basically it really depends on the customer requirements, demands, current situation.
It's a bank.
Yeah. So if I don't know the customer and I'm not sure what they are using, what they have, where we can land, I would follow the trends and let's say also our pillars, as I said. So one of them is digital transformation. So this is a trend which is like requirement right now. You cannot, hang behind and wait for the technology to move forward. You need to follow this, and even as we say, you need to be digital plus, which means we are in the digital transformation. But the question is how you adopt, AI, automation. All these trends in your tool, in your existing ecosystem, in your business, right? So that's where our solutions come, because in digital transformation we embedded AI, we embedded automation already in the products. So this is kind of benefit. And then if you ask me about the customer digital transformation, again, this one thing. In number of customers, what resonates well is application development. So each of the customers have very specific systems like financial system, ERP, name it, right? And then there are some custom requirements. You need to have mobile applications, for external people working on the field. Or you need to have application which is dedicated for internal users. Simply mobile is a requirement, right? So then it comes with we come with VoltaMax, a platform which is a framework on which allows you to build low-code applications fast, easily managed in one platform. So this is one of the trends. Naturally, if this is a bank or this is a customer who is in the commerce business somehow, right? Then we come with the customer experience, because customer experience is a tool. And by the way, customer experience, which I mentioned is one kind of portfolio, it fits very well, because if the customer is using commerce, then the marketing stuff is like a natural extension, right? Because you need to have tools which allows you to communicate with your customers well, to send the best offer on the market, to decide what is the best track. And we have it in Unica. Unica is an end-to-end marketing platform itself. So those two combine very well. And that's actually very often situation where customers are using commerce and Unica like one kind of bundle or one of the solution in a customer experience space. And again, for those solutions you need to have a database, and that's if the customer is willing to have something else, fine, we're good. But if not, and they're looking for some database or for marketing stuff, you need to have a data warehouse solution to be able to feed the system with the right customer information. So that then we go with our Actian solutions, for instance. But from the again market perspective, enterprise security, the last but not the least part is the really critical one. And again, when we go to the customers and we pitch, what we have in the portfolio, we discuss what the existing products they have, requirements, issues, whatever, business-wise, of course. Then it's naturally, one of the typical directions is security. I mean, security is kind of concern. We mentioned already those regulations. They are not coming; they are here already.
Yeah, I know.
And as most of the countries are in our region are European Union countries, we follow the same.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say enterprise security is.
They are waiting to be implemented into our own regulations. So I think they are here. So I heard that you are coming from Poland. How do you manage to when we are talking about the local administration and central administration? Since you are coming from Poland, and usually when we are hearing news regarding Poland, they always they're saying all that you are implementing the highest standards in terms of agriculture, technology, motorways. How about the services that you are providing to the citizens? Are you involved in this kind of projects?
Yes. As I said, we are like industry agnostic, so that's how we work. By the way, I haven't mentioned this yet, but we work very much through partners. So our ecosystem is partners. So of course we have our resources. We help as much as possible with product. But net, if you consider 15 countries where we need to be as a team located, we don't have offices in each of the countries yet.
Of course,
at least, right? Let's see where it goes. But it means that we really work close hand in hand with partners, right? So this is how it works, and this is very important because that means that we base, our ecosystem is partner based. So by stating that, we really work in any industries, not maybe ourselves, but through the partners. So if you talk about the public or administration and this kind of sectors, yes, we work there. And actually, those two directions that I mentioned before, you asked about the kind of technology, not trends, but technology presence and actually requirements from the customers fit exactly to the sector. Digital transformation is exactly the direction. So when you think about public administration and you consider that they need to communicate with all the citizens, right? So they need to have a framework platform through which they can integrate applications, processes, content, and people. So how to do that? Of course, you can develop something, with your hands, but this doesn't make sense. You need to have something like a platform, like a framework. So there, actually, our digital experience is coming. And this is how we are having this in Poland and in other countries. Digital experience is a platform which integrates all these services, applications that our country or government is serving to the citizens, just as a framework. So this is one of the examples, right? Then when you go to mobile, that's what I mentioned about VoLTE, right? So but then you need to have an interface in mobile application. So you develop applications on mobile. So that's how it's. Application development and kind of digital experience platforms. This is core in the digital transformation for public and for administration. Right? Commerce not that much, but all this. And then again, security. Security comes to the game always. So this is the next, not maybe sometimes even the first. Especially that I mentioned we are present and very strong in financial sector and in the public sector. And when you think about public sector, you should consider also military services, this kind of guys. And yes, they do work with us in this area. So naturally, they need to make sure that all the endpoints they manage, for instance, right, regarding BigFix, they need to have a tool which is one to cover all the aspects of the endpoint management. Yeah.
Since you are working with this kind of organization like the military, like the Ministry of Defense, you are following different kind of regulations that are strictly.
Yeah, it's very good comments. I should not mention maybe the names, but basically worldwide, we are working very strong with the public, but also military services and different agencies like security agencies, etc. So it means that our software is capable to handle this. So the security requirements from the functional perspective, but also what is interesting, I learned recently that our development process is following specific quality assurance process. So it means that we are certified how we develop software even. So we have all the certification, not only from the functional perspective of the software, but also how we produce, maintain, support software because of those, again, security regulations, but also security agencies and different organizations which we support worldwide for that purpose. And I was not surprised maybe, but I was impressed that we have all of that, and we can work with our customers on this level.
How do you see the Romanian market?
Yeah, so I mentioned already that, and it's maybe worth to emphasize that as a HCL Tech, we are present in Romania quite well because it's a second biggest HCL Tech entity.
Located in Iași, I think, right?
There are 3 locations actually. There's Iași, there is Bucharest, and there is Brașov. There are three locations where we have HCL Tech services, and actually it's very nice growth because it started with some acquisition of some IT outsourcing services, but then the nearshore services, which is the main core of the business of HCL Tech, was growing like hell. It was growing very fast, and right now close to 1,000 employees is not the end. I mean, I can tell you. Actually, there is some, there are two biggest entities of ours in the region, which is Poland and Romania. But then, surprisingly, there is also Czech, Hungary, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Estonia. So it's we are there as well as HCL Tech. So coming back to the Romanian market, so this is one of the perspective, right? HCL Tech. And by the way, it's maybe also interesting to recognize we are employer of the year, for a couple of years in a row in different markets, including Romania. So this means that it is a good place to work. But this is one perspective. My perspective, so HCL Software, I think the most important for me is, so again, how we operate, we don't have HCL Software, like location. We are part of the HCL Tech, so naturally we are located.
So you're not present directly here.
It means that my team or my we are a CE team, basically, but we operate in different countries differently. And again, coming back to the story of the ecosystem, this is partner-based ecosystem.
Yeah, so you are working here in Romania through partners.
Yeah, so that's how we basically work. We have partners who are our registered partners who work with us on the different projects in the different perspectives. And this is like our, let's say, not only sales forces, but I would also mention the implementation or services resources. So
partners at the entry level or higher standards partner?
Yeah, so that's also something maybe worth to mention. When we acquired software, when we acquired customers, so let's call it acquired customers, it was actually not so easy process. And by the way, because the first year up to 3 years, we really acquired customers from IBM or moved customers from IBM to HCL. It was really interesting task, and we did it successfully, I would say. But from let's say third year, we started to really go to the market with a new business, new customers, and then when the ecosystem of partners is so important, right? So what we did with this acquisition, we also allowed all the partners to register. Whoever is partner who is interested in HCL Software, they could register and
current IBM partner. So
in most cases, it was ex-IBM partners or IBM partners.
So you gave the opportunity to the IBM partners to move from IBM to HCL.
Yeah, but
the specific products that. Exactly.
They have specialization in some products, areas, etc. But this part was like at the beginning, right? We are at a different stage right now. We really have levels and recognition of the partners. We recognize the top partners with the specific, levels, like platinum partners. We have one in Romania.
That's awesome.
We have the gold, etc. Right? So we recognize them based how they work with us on the business development.
How many platinum partners do you have in Europe?
In Europe, I don't know, to be honest, I need to check, but a couple of them only. You need to have, really nice of the business with us to become a platinum partner.
So it's a short list.
In CE, we have only few of them, really, like few.
So it's great to have a platinum partner in Romania. What about the strategy of expanding business through partners in Romania and Central and Eastern Europe?
Yeah, so that's also something which goes with the software development, right? I mentioned this, that we invested from day one, even earlier, because we developed software for IBM, but the decisions of the strategy and roadmap was by us from 2019, right? And that was the time when we started to invest in software development. I would say that even we invested more in the development than in sales, which I think it was a very good move for the beginning, because again, I could, with the heads up, go to the customers and say, guys, we really invested, we developed the software, and they see the difference, right? With the next versions, the next releases, they see the difference. So this was one of the examples. And maybe an example here, regarding the numbers. So we have 19 labs, worldwide where we develop software. One of them is in Poland, in Krakow. So when we acquired, the labs and people, it was 6 people only. Right now it's 60. So this shows, the investment in the software development. So in the process, it was like development of the software, make sure that this is up to date, the architecture is cloud native, all the new functionality missing from IBM times is acquired. Acquiring new software also to fit the portfolio well in the areas I mentioned. This was the exercise, and it continues, right? But then, you need to think about the basic things like, the training for customers, for partners, education, levels of the partners, recognitions, etc. So the certifications. So this is something we already have. So if you go to Software University, Software U, customer, partner, or anyone can just log in, register, login, and then you have a lot of courses, webinars.
Free of charge or?
Free of charge. Free of charge. So anyone can educate. You can get certified on that. And we have of course this. And for the partners, we have much more, of course, which is even more selective content where they can educate. Plus the formal training, official trainings that we do. Our technical advisors and the team is providing this kind of training for partners. So from my perspective, again, investment in partners. So we'll definitely even grow more. So not only trainings, but also working very close, hand in hand with partners is like our approach. I'm always saying, it's a partnership, right? So we are partners.
Of course,
what it means that you have a customer as a partner, and you think about like enterprise security solution to the partner. Just engage us. Give me a call. I get you a technical advisor guy who will go to the customer, who will explain why this is so important, why those regulations, security regulations, are so important, and what we are doing at the other customers, and with the same portfolio, and why they want to do it. So that's kind of, and then we go to POC, right? Proof of concepts. Yes, we can do it together again with our resources.
Essential point.
Yeah, it is.
In gaining a customer.
It is. And by the way, I can tell you from my experience that it's kind of winning points. So, when you talk about slides, all the vendors can show things, right? But the question
Are you taking money for those POCs?
No. We do it for free. We do it, also with partners. This is
directly or through partners?
It is both. I mean, if we have a case directly, but in most cases, as I said, whenever there is a new customer, I'm always bringing partner because this will be the party who will continue.
And you're supporting the partner until he's buying.
Even later, right? Even during the implementation, we provide a lot of services in the space. But I wanted to mention that, this is a winning point, when we do POC, because again, every vendor can show something on the slides. The question is how, the solution works. And I mentioned, we acquired software from IBM. We acquired software from the markets, we developed our own solutions, and we really have very mature solutions. Some of them have 26 years on the market, but they are not old. They are simply mature. And they're mature with all the advanced technology we adopted, we engaged in the solutions. So then, if you go to the customer POC and you really do the job, so implement the solution, show the customer how it works, and it works, that is a game changer. So, the customers perceive, okay, this is where really, it's not only slides, it's really something which is working. And, we encourage all the customers to test the solution. Okay, let's talk, but once you are ready, you think that you consider the solution, let's test in your environment.
Great. Do you feel like the need that expanding the partner network?
Yeah, so it's, in 15 countries again. It's a different situation in each country. I mentioned, we have a huge portfolio of products. That means that we have partners who are specialized in specific areas. So we have customer experience partners, which is a very specific animal, right? It's customer experience, it's a business applications in marketing, sales space. Commerce is a different platform. Not all of the partners are interested to do that, right? In a number of cases, we have IT partners who are focused on infrastructure, then security, or the development of applications is usually the good space. So that's how I would say that we have different type of partners, specialization of the partners in different countries. That's the most important for me. The most important is that we at least cover, the main product, the main areas, the most important areas in each country somehow. And of course, this is through partners. So this is number one. But then, to be honest, as I mentioned, we acquired those partners from IBM. But this is done, right? Right now, what we do, we really value the partners who do the job, who work with us. As I said, as partners.
But the number of partners increased since you bought.
Maybe a bit, but I think that the most important is that that the number will stay as this, right? But the most important is that we selected, and I can tell you openly this: we selected a couple of partners in each country, for which each product group, only couple of partners, which we see that they really want to work with us. They see potential in the software, they want to go to the markets, to the customers with our portfolio,
and you help them to grow.
Yes, and those are happy. It's like join the train right now. It's a good time to do it. And that's what I'm saying to the partners. If you don't, then we select another one, and that's how we do it. But those who are selected, who wants to work with us, again, education, help, process, joint marketing, right? So we do a lot of things together as well. This is something which is available for the partners, only for the.
So you're doing
partners.
co-marketing campaigns with partners. Are you investing in trainings?
Yeah. So we have a lot of global, marketing campaigns, processes, programs. But I'm also saying that, when you need to localize them, and you can consider again 15 countries, 50 different languages, culture, stuff. That's a different style how to do it. So in this case, we are present in some top conferences in different countries. Like we are present on the IDC.
I heard that you are going to be present at IDC tomorrow.
Exactly. IDC CL Summit. That's how we're present in Romania, in Poland, and in other countries as well. So this is the selection of the couple of events. But then the most important for me is this joint marketing with partners, because we can do any kind of marketing campaign, which means go to the market, to the customers with a specific portfolio for the specific industry in a different way. How you want to do it? You want to do the webinar? Let's do it. You want to do, campaign like a social media campaign? Let's do it, right? And then we share simply together the resources, the approach, and we get a good new customer base. That's a very simple.
And you're sharing
equation.
Also resources for these activities, for the POCs or for the demos, for the workshops that you are doing with partners.
As I said,
you are bringing the experts locally.
Yeah. As I said, we're a partner, so that means that we work really hand in hand. So. We expect to leverage your resources with the customers on the local market. From the other hand, you can expect us, our experts. And I mentioned products for 20-something years. There are experts who are also not maybe the whole history, but really good part of the history with the products. It means that when you consider them in the entry level to go to the customer, they can really explain to the customer how the product is used at other customers in the same industry. They know all these use cases. That's why I encourage all the partners to engage us as early as possible. Because then also, where is the next step, like a POC or some technical things that you need to solve, some integration. That's
you can involve your resources.
Exactly, and we help a lot. And even then, when a product is implemented in a production system, of course, you work through our support if there are some issues, but you can work also with our technical advisor and the team, architects who can, advise you regarding the solution architecture that you need to implement. All this stuff. So that's something which is really critical in this case, and that's how the partnership works.
Yeah, of course. To be honest, and we can agree on that, this market is full and crowded with techs and software solutions, right? What makes HCL Software stands out? What should customers and partners pay close attention to your offerings, let's say?
Yeah, so as I said, we are present at the customers in different industries, right? So of course, each industry is different regarding requirements, but there is a reason why those customers are still, working with us. As I said, the process of migration from, for instance, from IBM to HCL was not a very painful process, because the solutions, the products and the promise of ours, to move to the new versions, investment from our side was really strong, and this resonated very well on the market, right? So if I can point just a few things very quickly, it would be, as I mentioned, about architecture of the solutions. So for instance, we don't ask the customer to stick to very specific, cloud solution, for instance, or, to Windows, Linux platform, right? We leave them a choice. So cloud native architecture of more the solutions from the architecture, like a, backend system perspective, this is something which resonates very well. So this is one of the aspects. Then those things that I mentioned about the security, actually not only security, but performance, a reliable solution and security, all those three things working together is most of the cases in our case. We still have a very strong domino customers. Why? Because those solutions are very reliable, stable, performance-wise, very good to perform. TCO is very low, and then, they are very secure. So that's
and they are still offered as a on-demand or as an on-prem solution. So
yes, exactly. So the customer can move to the cloud-native architecture, still having this on-prem as they want. Yes.
Because in these times, I can see that most of the software producers are moving their solutions into the cloud and to get rid of the solutions implemented on premises, on their premises. So I think that this is a major advantage for you in this market.
Yeah, so we are following and we are in the trend as well, right? We are absolutely cloud vendor as well. It's one of our pillars actually. Across the pillars are mentioned from the product perspective is also cloud. Yes, absolutely yes.
But you're not renouncing to.
But exactly. Yeah, but then it's like still customer choice. Yeah. You want to go to cloud, go there, and you want to have hybrid, then hybrid. Yeah. So that's how we do. But yes, cloud is a natural process, and they can. But private cloud, for instance, is different than a public cloud. And this is one of the teaser that you need to think about when you talk to the customers. And one thing to add to this, like differentiators, I think that also comprehensive or complete solutions in a specific spaces. So like we discussed, enterprise security in the context of endpoint management, right? Automation of the security endpoint management. So if you think about this like a big fix as a solution, it's actually one solution which solves all the problem about the management of the endpoints. Like, that's it, right? Automate the process, it can inventory, so analyze the infrastructure so you understand exactly what you have, what kind of software operating system. Then you can implement all this software by patching and even deploying the new operating system on any kind of device, and then you have this compliance security regulation, so it's complete. So product-wise, if you fit to the area of endpoint management, big fix. If you think about about application development, depends what you want. Domino and VoltMX. So it's again very complete. It's like a platform where you can develop any type of application you want. It's very custom thing. However, there's another layer on that. I mentioned customer experience. So not only that some solutions fit to perfectly to the requirements of the customers in a specific area, but also they work together. So they are very well integrated, and then they solve very important and all of the customer problems in a specific area as well. So customer experience, Unica and Marketing Cloud, and commerce right together. So that's how it works. Like if you have both, then you are very well covered with the areas in the commerce space or e-commerce space. Yeah. So that's also something that you need to consider, right? So not only products themselves, like complete solutions, but also integrated solutions at the bottom. Yeah.
Can you share some, success stories or different cases that you had?
Yeah, I mentioned we are very, present in the customers in any industries, and
we don't need names. We only need figures. So if you can disclose the names, it's okay with us. But
yeah, let's start with the high-level figures. So if you think about those solutions I mentioned, or the areas of the solutions I mentioned, what about the number like 100 million endpoints? 100 million endpoints is managed by BigFix nowadays at our customers
in different implementations. Not only one.
So like this is the number, right? Or 200 billion transactions annually are processed through our commerce platform. 2 billion thousand transactions is so this is the numbers. Or 1,000 airplanes are flying, thanks to our digital transformation and automation and AI automation solutions, daily. Right, so if you go to the airplane, probably it's somehow managed by our solutions regarding automation. So that's how it works. So these are the global numbers, right? And then those are then you go down to the use cases dedicated for different industries, right? So banking sector, digital transformation, definitely this is the space where they really need the custom business applications to be provided to any audience, and then the communication with the customers. So then campaign automation, marketing solutions like Unica is a very strong player in the financial sector because it's very complete end-to-end marketing solution. So those are the basic. And again, public sector use cases, we have them in military services. In our region, military services is very strong, and they're using all those digital solutions and enterprise security portfolio very, very nicely. And also public means government or administration services like digital administration. So this is usually entity in country which is developing different solutions for ministries, government agencies, etc. So Those are our customers, and they use digital experience, to to build applications for the citizens, and make sure that the environment is secure. So when they develop, they think about AppScan, or they use AppScan simply to make sure that what they develop is secure. So these are the use cases I can bring. One of the biggest customer, of ours, using Domino technology is 100,000 users, right? For instance, this is, one of the military services. Another one, again, the same time, 80,000 users, very close in the sector. And those are Domino or application, basically, customers. So they own business application, but running on our framework, on our solution, right? So these are the space where we have. However, not to leave the others, right? We have enterprise solutions, but it does not mean that they cannot fit to SMB market or to smaller customers. We have customers, I mentioned, big fixed great in infrastructure services, but so we have a customer of 50 endpoints.
So you are addressing with big fix, also small clients.
So it's a customer decision, of course, bigger, better, because there is a better, much better value for the customer as well when you have to automate 1,000 devices instead of 50, because maybe IT guy can manage 50 devices himself, doing this manually, but you have 1,000 devices, then you need to manage this with enterprise solution, right? But again, we don't distinguish. It can be even smaller customers, and they are in different spaces of the solutions as well.
Remaining in the area of names and collaborations with different customers, I can tell that the one with the Scuderia Ferrari, it's quite distinctive. Can you please give us some information related to this collaboration?
Yeah, it is interesting, actually, facts, and we like it, our customers as well. So what I want to emphasize, we have partnership with Ferrari. So partnership means that, again, both sides are taking value of it. Of course, if you notice the car, the front part is HCL Software, which means that we protect already, the car from the bridge. But
I was asking because I am watching the Formula One since I was 10, or stuff like that. Since Schumacher was constantly in a battle with Mika Hakkinen, so. So that I know the cars. I know every single car that Ferrari was putting on the race on each year. So. So every year a different Ferrari, but now with our couple of years agreement with Ferrari, we are also sponsor, of course, of Ferrari. Since 2022, right?
Yes, it's the second year right now. The thing is that there is also another part, right? So how Ferrari engagement with us, how beneficial it is. I like the statement from Silvia Gabrielli, who is Chief Data Digital Officer at Ferrari. I encourage you to take a look in the YouTube video, whatever it was done with our marketing manager Dario, and she says, and she describes how this partnership works. So
how did they choose you, right?
Yeah, so that's exactly the thing. One of the maybe funny part is of that some customers, why Ferrari decided for HCL, right? It's because they cannot afford, not a good software, right? They need to have something which is reliable, which is secure. And that's how it goes. So what are you using right now, for instance, is application developments, application scanning software.
So this is not only a marketing collaboration between HCL and Ferrari. It's also a technical collaboration between the two companies. Right?
Yes, exactly. Okay. So it's how they leverage our technology to make sure that they work. So again, one space is security. So once they develop applications, they scan it through AppScan right now, and the development of applications is one of the applications, and there are new coming right now. It's VolMX. So they develop in our framework application. So if you are a fan of Ferrari, you can find one of the applications which is running on our software. So this is the benefit. But I like the way how Silvia is describing the partnership. So it fits very well because it is long journey and very historical company like Ferrari, right? We as HCL and they do business like a family business, right? And we do the same. And that's kind of this was very good.
There's a good compatibility between the companies.
Yes, the way how we work, the professional, the fast, the speed, and also the style of the cooperation was very common between us, and that's why it is very good cooperation in there. But by the way, it's also going in other directions. When you think about Ferrari, I've seen some information recently, so you can imagine. I did not talk too much today about data, and data analytics stuff, but you can imagine that in one Ferrari car there are 300 sensors, right? So they collect during the race 1.1 million devices and endpoints that you are collecting, which result at the end 160 terabytes data each race. Yeah. So that means that you have a huge data. The question then would be, okay, we have the data, but the data itself doesn't work.
What do you do with the data?
Analyze the data, right? And then analytics comes. That's why our data solution space is about data and analytics together, because that's where it really works. Yeah.
So somehow you are involved deeply into the car's performance and the race performance.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we are doing this exactly, this space, but
you are helping the guys.
But for instance, the data that you're collecting and your fan wants to see, how was, this race, the speed, etc. So that this is taken from this data and used in the application, for instance, right? So this is how it works. So this partnership is very good, very interesting. But again, this is only one of the examples or customers that we have.
And you are planning to keep this partnership going for the next years?
Yeah, we signed contract for a few years. I don't know how it's going to continue, but
it's challenging.
I'm sure it will, because again, it's a benefit for both sides.
Yeah, you need to keep the pace.
Yeah,
it's quite challenging. Let's go for the end of our discussion. Then I would like to ask you, what are your long-term intentions? What are your upcoming plans regarding your products, the markets?
Yeah, so I'm a business guy, right? So for me, it's very simple. I can grow, right? So we definitely want to grow. It is also very clearly visible when you take a look, and maybe from the discussion, I hope that this is also one of the insights that you notice, that we are really present, on the different markets, in the different industries. We have not only presence of HCL Tech, HCL Software, but also at the customers, with the partners. The thing which I'm missing, and again, we are moving this. For instance, with the Ferrari partnership, is to be more, market aware, right? So HCL as a logo, HCL Software as a logo will be recognized, as well as our solutions and the customers, right? This is kind of maybe long-term strategy on the market. But even short-term, as I mentioned, growth. So we already are in a kind of mood of restructuring inside, because I mentioned, that first 3 years was mostly about really maintaining customers, make sure that they are happy. But then, we started to move to be the player on the market. One of the nice sentence about it, I would refresh. Also, it's like our first leader, Darren, when he was asked this question, so what is your long-term strategy? He said, we want to become the most reliable software company worldwide. And I like that, it's like, because we are thinking he will, discuss numbers, things. No, he said, we want to be the most reliable software company. And I think the direction is very good, what we did, and how really we want to achieve it. Because I mentioned, at first we invested and we continue to invest in software development. So our customers, they know that we are up to date regarding technology, all the trends, again, cloud native, integration, open APIs, this continues. So new functionality, new modules, when we acquired software, there was something missing already added to the product, because customers require this, right? So this is how it works. Then you need to have a proper support. We have a very high level of customer satisfaction, when they work with our support, with our products. This is very important. So their, retention of the customers is high with our products. Number 2, right? So then what only we need to achieve is go to the new customers,
to go to the market.
So they really understand that those customers, they use our software for the reason, right? And the reason is good software, good maintenance from our side, and partners, by the way. From this perspective, maybe worth to add also that we also need to, as I said, make sure that our partner ecosystem is even stronger, because this is the strategy definitely on the market.
So now you are focusing on developing the market and the partner network. So
yes, that continues, I would say, but maybe even with a stronger.
To see the results of your investment in developing the products and to your support. So,
and of course there is some strategy, product-wise, right? So when you think about different products, different areas, of course, at first, if we work with a customer in the security space, I mentioned like two areas, maybe we should invest in another area. So I count that my, top management who is deciding what is in our portfolio will fill in also the gaps which we see that our customers may need regarding the different products. But again, already very strong or very, very important for our customer solutions, and also integrated in a number of cases working together. This is what we have, and it's only just to continue the trend.
Yeah. All right. So do you feel like there are things that you want to say that I didn't ask you related to HCL? Some information, some important information that you need to close this discussion?
No, I think that we covered quite well, because, again, I mentioned HCL Tech as a global company, presence of HCL in Romania, then, HCL Software, my business personally in CE, and how we operate here, again, in a number of areas. We mentioned the pillars. I think the plans for the future.
We covered pretty much
and we did not forget about Ferrari.
Yeah.
Which is the most important.
I will not, I promise. So, with that being said, I would like to thank Wojciech for taking the time to speak with us, sharing valuable insights about HCL intentions both in Romania and around the world. So, Wojciech, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I can't wait to hear you. I can wait to see your products more and more to our customers in Romania. So, we look forward to welcoming you back for a new episode of ITalks with more distinguished guests. So, thank you and goodbye, everyone.
Thank you very much, and thank you for hosting me.
Welcome.